Is indie dev still viable in 2020 during a pandemic with when the world is shutting down? Yes, 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 yes. I'm just going to save you some time. You don't have to watch all this video. Yes, yes, that's the answer. But we're going to talk about some of the things that have changed and maybe some of the things that you might consider doing differently if you think the indie game dev world is ending, because it's not. It's not. But I'm going to share my thoughts on what's different. So if you remember a couple years ago, everybody's talking about the Indiepocalypse, right? It's the end of indie games. Steam opened its doors to the great mass of game developers. And so it was told that the end of indie games was upon us. But they were unaware that minor details had changed. Specifically, the fact that there's a lot more game developers. There's a lot more game developers. They're more connected than ever. Steam is more open than ever. It's easier than ever to get your game on Switch, Xbox, PS4, all those things. Easier than ever, by far. It's easier than ever to make a game, right? You could just download Unity, install some assets, boom. Download Godot, boom. Construct 3, which is what I use, boom. Have a platform up and running in 5 seconds. So it's not about making a game anymore, because that was the problem before, right? The reason why someone could make a half decent game and be successful 10 years ago on Steam or one of these other platforms is because the barrier to entry was so high. It was extremely high. For you to have the technical knowledge and know-how to actually build a game in something like XNA or any of these, things that were around back in the day, it was difficult. It was very difficult. It was a lot of work. The technical know-how was required, and it was very, very, very in-depth and very time-consuming. So you've got that. And then you've got all the red tape on the side of Steam or the side of Xbox. You have to know somebody. Outside of the weird Xbox indie games thing that they hid behind 10,000 menus and nobody even knew it existed. Besides that, you had to know somebody on Steam, man. You had to know somebody to get into these places. And even then, you had to be approved. You had to go through all these processes. The Microsoft certification process, I don't remember the details, but I remember just to have a game, you had to pay for an ESRB certificate. You had to buy dev kits. You had to, there was a licensing fee. There's all kinds of shit, expensive too. So now you've got this technology barrier. You've got this interpersonal barrier, and you've got a financial barrier. But those platforms were way less crowded. So if you could get through all that, you could do something that very few people could do. And you could, boom, sell 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 copies, whatever it is. Boom. Because getting in there was almost like guaranteed success. Now, it's different. Floodgates are open. Game dev is easy. Easy peasy. Easy, okay? It's easier than ever. It doesn't mean it's easy. But it's easier than ever to make a game. It's easier than ever to get on these platforms. It's cheaper than ever to make it happen. So now you don't have the same problem that you had before. You don't have the interpersonal barrier. You don't have the financial barrier. You don't have the technical barrier. You have the shitloads of people barrier. So it's no longer about your game getting completed. It's about your game getting seen. It's not the end of indie games. It's the end of indie games with no marketing. If that makes any sense. And we've known this. Everybody's like, indie game dev marketing, that's the thing I need to learn. Everybody, it's a joke on Reddit and all these different places. It's pretty common. We all know we need marketing. But I want you to really think about what marketing is. Marketing is you learning the art of getting people to see your stuff. Because the fight in 2020, the fight in indie game dev is no longer about making the game. Making a game is still very difficult, right? It's easier than it's ever been, but it's still pretty difficult. So hashtag finish it. Yeah, that's going to be difficult. But now the real struggle is getting people to see it, getting people to like it, and getting people to spread it. Right? I would use a viral joke, but it's probably not appropriate given the circumstances of 2020. But that's the goal now. So people say, "Oh, I wish it was back how it used to be. I wish you could just release a game and not have to do marketing and make a bunch of money." Yeah, well, duh. We all wish that. I wish I could just click publish and boom, make $100,000. That'd be nice. That's not what happens. Now, the struggle is rising to the top, right? The real struggle. Because even people with mediocre games, they do better with better marketing than people with great games, right? I think marketing is a multiplier on your game. If you have this most amazing game ever, and people they play it all the time, and like the daily active users are through the roof, and people want to share it, people want to stream it, like that game can do well on its own, right? Even if the launch doesn't go well, people end up playing it on Steam. Friends get their little pop-ups like, your friend is now playing this. Boom. They're like, oh, is that game any good? Yes, it's great. Boom. It takes a while, but word of mouth can build charts over time, right? Bad marketing sucks, and bad marketing can severely slow that process down, even with the best game ever. Good marketing, even with the mediocre game, it's okay. It wasn't bad. Good marketing can propel that game to stardom. It can put that game on the computers of some of the biggest streamers and YouTubers on the planet. It can make people want to play that game. It can make people love the game. Good marketing is a lens through which people see the game. So good marketing can actually make people like the game better. It's a multiplier. So you got 0.5 marketing and you got 1.0 game, you still end up with 0.5 total game sales. If you got 5x marketing and you got 1 point game, you do the math. This doesn't make any sense, but you get the idea. So I don't think that I'm saying anything radical that people don't know, but I think they need to pay attention rather than say, oh, you can't make an indie game successful in 2020. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. I wish it was like the old days. No, I don't. Because people don't realize how big those barriers were: financial, technical, and interpersonal. For me, especially as an introvert, the interpersonal one was like, meeting that person is very difficult, right? Getting to know that person, getting an introduction, getting funding somehow to pay these thousands of dollars in licensing fees and all this stuff. It's difficult, man. So I don't think people realize what they're saying when they say they wish it used to be like it used to be. No, I don't think they do. Because at the end of the day, you have the internet and you have access to all of humanity. Does marketing suck sometimes? Is it boring? Yeah. Is it time consuming? Is it stupid spreadsheets and emails sometimes? Yeah. But I'd prefer it to those other barriers, right? I think indie game dev in 2020 and beyond is really going to be about people that build an audience. It's really going to be people that are distinct, people that stand out from the crowd. And some people aren't happy that people with audiences can make mediocre products and do way better than people without audiences that make excellent products. And the crazy thing is, you can never even prove which one is excellent and which one is not. It's all subjective. It's all opinion based. Which game is better? You think that one, I think this one. Okay. So it's all kind of a useless conversation. At the end of the day, it's up to you to get people to see your game. At the end of the day, it's up to you to get people to buy your game. It's all you. So is indie game dev still viable in 2020? Hell yeah. I believe that we're gonna make it, you and I together. I haven't. I've launched games that met my criteria, right? So like Phasmophobia, for the itch launch, it met my criteria of what I wanted to make. So in that respect, it was successful. But I have yet to make a breakaway hit, wildly successful, crazy game, right? And I hope to in the future. But I'm not taking chances. I'm not like just rolling the dice and like, oh, well, I hope this one's a hit. No, I'm out there building an audience. I'm out there Twitch streaming. I'm out there sharing my stuff with people. I'm out there spreading the word. Have you heard the good word of Tim Ruswick Games? Actually, I really don't do a good job of sharing my games on this channel. I really don't. I've made several games that I haven't shared on this channel. Maybe I should do a better job. Maybe I should take my own goddamn advice. Maybe I should do that. Yeah. You think so? Leave a comment. Say yes. Yes, Tim, do that. Anyway, I want to thank these lovely people over here. They help me keep doing what I'm doing. And if you don't know, like I stream 3-4 days a week on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tim Ruswick. So it's not just YouTube. These people help keep the game dev stuff and all that stuff going. They help keep the community going. If you're not part of the Discord, I highly recommend you click the link down below and join. It's got thousands of game developers from all over the world. And we believe that it's possible to be successful in indie game dev in 2020. So if you need some help, if you need some guidance, if you got some questions you want to ask, feel free. Click the Discord link, join Patreon, come hang out with us, and be awesome. My name is Tim Ruswick, and I will see you again in the next video.